Okay, guys, so working with ListView widget really means a lot. But what if you are working with, a lot of files, or let's say a lot of widgets you want to use as a children for the list view? That is where it becomes very important to use what is called a list view builder, right? It will be very important to use list view builders, and that really makes it interesting. So let's first clear everything here, and what I'm going to do is just convert this stateless widget into stateful widget, just like that, and it will convert everything into stateful widget. Now what I want to do for the first time is actually to create a list view builder. So list view dot builder, just like that, right? And the item builder is gonna be a context and an index. And do that, a context and an index, just like this, right? Okay, and we need to return something. In my case, I'm just going to return a null for now. So I am returning a null, but let's just return a container for now. Perfect. So we are returning a container for now. Perfect. Containers will be working fine for us. When I save the project, you see nothing really happens here. We will get a blank project, just like that. Excellent. Now, whilst it is performing the hot reload, let's see what we have to do here. So whilst we have a container here, that's fine. We will be changing that. But the main reason we changed this whole thing, this whole class to a stateful widget, is we just want to make sure we are dealing with classes from here, right guys? Okay, let me just stop this and start it again so I'll get everything afresh. Yes, there you go. So from now we can go ahead and then create our list, or our class or list or whatsoever. So we're just going to use list, right? So in this case, I'm just going to create a list from here. So I'm just going to create a list, and this list is just going to be list of some informations, right? So it's going to be list of informations. So I'm just going to say list files, which is equal to be a list, and this list of file is going to be strings. So I'm just going to say ixsoft, then I say original, something like this, then I say developer, right? Okay, then I say how do I say again, um Flutter, right? Let's add one Flutter, then last one that is going to be Dart. Okay, so we have this list of files here, and this list can really be anything. This list of files can really be anything. So from here we are returning a container, right guys? Okay, that looks cool. Let's just reformat this and let's see how it's actually going to be. Now using list view.builder, it really has an item builder and also something called an item count. So we have to specify the item count, and the item count is going to be this file dot the length of this, right? So the length is actually going to be the length of the files inside, or the length of the information inside the list, right? So just going to say files dot length. So that is actually going to select the count, the number of counts it needs to be listed right here. So now when I go ahead and then return not a container, but I return a text, this is where inside here I can just say ixsoft, and you'll then see ixsoft will be popped up right up here, right? There you go, you'll see it right there. Okay, So whilst it's hot reloading, don't worry. So now to return a text and add up a text here, basically is very simple. Instead of returning the text, we're just going to say file, just like this. Then we add the index of it. So this is it. Now, just like this, right? So we have file and the index of the file. And this is actually going to work, and it's going to run it way up here. Save your project and wait for it to hot reload. Perfect. So there you go. You can see the list. So I can go ahead and add up a style. Let's say text style. Then I set a font size to maybe 25.0. That really works. Then I just add a const here, and yeah, so I can wrap this whole text widget with a widget, and that is actually going to be a card. Perfect. And I can just save this, and it's going to really work just like that. Perfect. I can really go ahead and then add another text, and it will be listed up here. So basically that is how we use ListView.builders. Another way around I want to talk about is using ListView.builders with classes. This is very important. You don't really, what if we want to use a custom one? How can we do that? So I'm just going to use classes for this. So let's start with a class. Instead of using list right here, I'm just going to start up with a class. So I'm just going to say class, and I'm going to give a name of this class, say my contacts, just like this, my contacts. And inside my contacts, I am going to declare a string of name, which is my contact is going to contain names. Then I say strange phone, just like this. Then maybe yeah, just want to maintain these two things. So let's see the error we have here. With null safety, we just have to add late before this. So just going to say late, just like this, to fix the error. Now we have to create a constructor for this class. So we're just going to say my contacts. Then in here we can make it necessarily for it to be a required, but or we can just forget about it. So we just say required this dot name, required this dot phone, just like this. So we have this class here, and it really contains the name and also phone, right? So that means we can work within the name and then the phone number is really, really important. Now, how can we add up this class into a list here? So simply we just have to create a list, and this list is going to be list of my contacts. Just like this. Then we're just going to call this contacts, and it's equal to be an empty list, just like this. Because my contact is already declared here, we are using it from here. All right, so in here we can say, okay, my contacts, and it has a parameter, or it has a strange value which we can assign to this. So now I can go ahead and then say Ikesoft original, and with a phone number I can assign a number to that. So okay, so I have this right here, and I can really reformat this, and it's really cool. So now since I have this, I can go ahead here. Instead of files, I will just say contacts dot length, and from here we are having a a card widget right here, right? And it is returning a text. So in my case, I'm just going to return a list tile, just like that. And inside the list tile here, we just have to add a title, and this title is actually going to be a text, and the text is now going to be, okay, the contacts, and we specify the index of the contacts, just like this. Then we say dot name. So here we are referring to the contacts here, and it should fetch from the index. Index really simply means counting from 0 1 2, that is the index. So it is fetching the index. So this is going to be index 0. So it is fetching the index and the name here. That is what it's fetching. So it's going to fetch for only the name here, not the phone. It's going to fetch for only the name here. So basically, simply add subtitle to this, and this is going to be text, and we're just going to say same thing, contacts, right? And the index of this, then we say dot phone. So the second one is actually going to be a phone number. The first one is the name, and then the second one is going to be the phone number. So we just have to make sure we fix everything. Let's just format it for you to see how it is being arranged. So whilst we have this, I can really save this, and automatically you see we have only one contact here. I can really go ahead and then customize this by adding leading icon, and that is going to be icon that I'm just going to say icons dot person, right? Okay, then I add a size of maybe 50.0, something like this. It's kind of cool. There you go. Then I add a trailing icon, and this is going to be icons dot edit, and the font size, the size is going to be 25. Okay, so there you go. So we can add up within this list card. Let's wrap the card with a padding, right? You just have to wrap the card with a padding. So just wrap it with a padding. There you go. Let's just save this, and there you go. So I'm just going to add up elevation to this. So let's just set it up to 5, and there you go. We have a nice elevation. Let's just fix this const. Okay, perfect. So whilst we have this, we are good to go. If you think you really want to add anything, you can really go ahead here, and then you assign the new value. Then you add the required the required constructor here. So this is what we've done so far, and if you want to add anything, you can just come here, just put it here, just like this. Depending on the number you are putting, it will just fetch it everything way right here, and everything is going to be working perfectly fine. We are not setting the state, so we just have to hard reload this, and it's going to hard reload, and all the list will just come just like that. There you go. So we have every list we have here. So you can really go ahead and then do a whole lot of editing on this. So first things first, we saw how we could use a normal list, and the second of all, we saw how we could use classes with some custom lists to work it out with Flutter. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. If this video is much helpful to you, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do well to like the video, share across, to help support. Also, if you have any comments, just please don't hesitate to leave it below the comment section, and I will be really happy to help you out. Until then, have a nice day, and Isoft Original is out.